Hey, YouTube friends. Coming at you here on a wintry Tuesday night. First, let's get housekeeping out of the way. I am smoking a Savinelli Orient style, and I don't know the number style on this. I know it is a brandy, but this is from their Orient line, and I got this pipe. The orange color is what got my attention, and of course the stem, that particular color stem. And this pipe came from Old Virginia Tobacco and Pipe Shop in one of the Washington D.C. suburbs. They've got 4 or 5 locations up there, and it came from one of those. I was looking back because I've got a box of matches over there in my match collection that on one of the bookcases. So got the char light did, and on it was fired up. What I'm smoking in it is the #1 selling aromatic in America today, and that is Lane Limited 1Q. And of course you can see my handiwork on this jar. This jar comes from Hobby Lobby, and I took off the label off of one of their pouches and fixed it up there. So let's get her lit back up, and I'm using my Cabrini lighter that PA Piper sent to me. And I tell you, I really like these little lighters. They burn so much hotter. You don't have the smell over the Zippo. Of course, I like my Zippos now. Don't get me wrong, but this they're temperamental. But if you can baby them along, you know, you got to hold them right when you do it. You got to, when you fill them, you got to bleed them. You got to, be sure that it's set on the low setting. A man with a Plan Harlow really hit me with the video on that, because I was struggling, click, and just couldn't get it done. But the old Virginia tobacco shop, pipe shops, are nice shops, and there may be 6 or 7 of them. I don't know. Several locations in the D.C. metro area. Some in Maryland, some in Virginia. Of course, all that encompasses. Still, the nicest one that I've been into is just for him. And the tobacco that I was trying to think of that Les Calendar was telling about it, that Nathan Campbell smokes, is the big mushroom that everybody seems to like. I mean, the big English that everybody seems to like, and it is their blend. It's their house blend. It's called Shortcut to Mushroom, and it is good. I've tried some samples of it, and it's a good one. So, Shortcut to Mushroom. Some weather updates here. I got a private message from Henry Sims, our friend Alfred. He wasn't up to doing a video tonight, and asked me to tell y'all to keep him in y'all's prayers. They're fixing to get it hammered big time again over there in the Atlanta area. Y'all excuse my cough. I'm just got over that horrible 2-week deal, and now I'm getting a little trickle. I know I coughed a bunch on that video yesterday, and got that trickle, getting that old chest stuff again. This has been tough, one for everybody. But ask that we keep him in our prayers, and like I say, it looks like they're fixing to get hammered. And his cousin, and y'all see him comment on some videos here. He's not a presenter, but he watches and is a big supporter of ours here on the YouTube pipe community, and of course I'm friends with him on Facebook too. Dr. Mike Moon has a PhD in some weather related stuff, and he studies this quite a bit. I think he's a retired gentleman. He's I think a minister by trade, but he just from what he says, they fixing to get a monster over there, or a storm. So And we're getting it here too. We're getting hammered pretty good out there. It is sleeting. It's head off outside, and we missed it last night, and doggone getting it. We're getting hammered this evening. I don't know what kind of accumulation they're expecting, but my brother called me, and he lives in Farmerville where our restaurant is, and he said, whatever y'all do, don't get out. The Union Parish has already worked 22 accidents and already had a head-on collision on the Louisiana 33 bridge. That was the first bridge we come across on the video I did the other day. That the long bridge. That's to me the prettiest part of the lake. I've already had a terrible accident there tonight. Let me open outside and see what it's doing. It is cold, cold. Actually, the temperature is hovering around the freezing mark, around 30. It warmed up when it started raining, but it's still there's some light sleet out there now. My truck is covered in ice, and it's sitting out under the carport. My boat is up under the carport. My wife's little Jeep Grand Cherokee is parked under the carport. My truck's sitting out in the weather. So, just like the rest of these rednecks, I got to take care of that boat around West Monroe here. I said like the rest of those rednecks around West Monroe. You come through these neighborhoods and you may see a $30,000 pickup truck or $40,000 pickup truck parked outside under the carport to the garage, but that bass rig is parked up underneath. They're gonna protect that bass rig. But no, it's we're getting it. They're showing it on TV now. All the parishes are just pink. The snow, and there's more coming behind it out of East Texas. So until probably up to 6 o'clock in the morning, it's getting hammered. It looks like West Mississippi is getting it pretty good. It's just, I tell you, all across the South is getting it. Now, the good part about it is tomorrow it's supposed to, well, they've changed it. It's going to get up around 40. Tomorrow it'll be several degrees above freezing, so some of that should start melting. And then, of course, by the weekend it's going to be up in the mid-60s, crowding 70. They were first saying 73 for Sunday and Monday. But it just kills business, man. This deal tomorrow will cost me, if we miss one day, if I'm lucky and we only miss one day, it'll cost me $500-600 tomorrow for this thing, Bad economy sure don't need to be. Because my brother's a chiropractor there in Farmville, and he can reschedule his patients once I tell him, I said, man, I can't do that. I got they done ate and used the bathroom and got rid of it by the time, I can't reschedule them. You miss that meal and it's gone, But they've got several bridges and overpasses closed here. You got it on the local news here.
Checking roads throughout the evening. Many entrance and exit ramps are closed, as well as the Endham Bridge. Those exit and entrance ramps are along the I-20 corridor here in Monroe, West Monroe. We have a full list on our website. Also, local law enforcement agencies such as Monroe, West Monroe, Washita Parish Sheriff, and State Police have extra crews on hand this evening to deal with crashes and other winter weather-related issues. They are asking folks to stay indoors if you can. This is not the time.
It's rough out there, I'm telling you. And see, we're just not prepared down here. We don't get it that often, and it grinds us to a halt. Of course, ice.
We're concerned about later on the temperature drop. This rain that's coming down from the ice. It's only going to get worse. So if you do not,
ice is a no-win situation anyway, but even snow just snarls us. People get out and drive in it, but you can't drive unless you got spikes, studs in your tires or chains. You can't get around on this ice. People think, I've seen more four-wheel drives over the years in the ditches. They think, oh, I got a four-wheel drive. I can get around. You can't on that ice. I'm just sorry. You can't do it. And it's better than nothing, but on the ice, you better keep your butt at home just like I better, unless you got spikes, studs. And around here, they're illegal. my dad on his truck he just had before this one, he had a extra 2 wheels and tires that he got done, but a friend of his in North Arkansas did them for him. You can't even buy the stuff around here to do it, and you got to have a special gun to rivet them in, a tool to do it. So but they don't fit his new truck, so he could get around a little bit. If we had issues, he could come after you or whatever, but he can't in this one. Yeah, schools are closed all around. Pipe Pappy sent me a message. We were conversing back and forth on a food trailer event contact he's got, a lead he's got for me, and he said they are just socked in Tulsa area. I'm telling you, this has been a tough winter for everybody. We've been very blessed and fortunate. This is our first one. I'm with y'all. We all are ready for this winter to ease on by. Not trying to wish our lives away, but if we can get on another 4 or 5 weeks, we'll have it licked. Well, let's see. Today is the 11th of February. We usually, once we get to March, we just about got it made. I've seen it snow in Louisiana in 1st of April. Matter of fact, around the 10th, but didn't stick or nothing. But you could still, that first week of March or so, you could still got some possibilities of some accumulation. But generally, you're safe. So we're 17 days away from that, and we almost made it. But anyway, Alfred, I don't think I finished that story. He says if they get it like they're supposedly going to get it, they may be out of commission for days over there without power. So he said, if we don't see anything out of him, he's dealing with electricity problems. So, and we could wind up in that situation too. The neighborhood I live in, the utilities are underground. We rarely get it, and I say this, and we may get by to 2 hours from now. We could lose power, but the main entrance is in the woods, not far from my house. Behind my house, back there about 100 yards, there's a right-of-way that comes through, and that's where they feed the power in. And usually Entergy can find that pretty quick because they've got it in a small area that they come down that right-of-way, and usually as soon as they can get a truck out here, they don't have to look, and they can get it on back on. Of course, now I'm sure all this is computer generated. They don't have to look anymore anyway, but usually we've been mighty fortunate when ours goes off. It rarely does, but it's usually only off for a little while. My dad and mom, on the other hand, are 3 miles up the road in a more rural setting, and I've seen them be out for 2 or 3 days, And of course, Farmerville, Florida, you get out of electricity up there, and you could be down for. Usually they get the city in faster, but I've seen some people be out a couple of weeks up there too, But they brought in employees from Entergy, from New Orleans up here, so we've got extra crews on hand, and they're good about that. Much as I don't like Entergy, they're decent about that. But saying about out of fluid. Like I say, you got to baby them jokers alone, them butane lighter, but. No, I had I've been smoking my 320 today all day long, so I'd give it a little break. I'll smoke 2 or 3 bowls, and I've had several people ask me how I like it, and I have truly enjoyed that thing. I wished I'd have bought one earlier. When at first several guys had them in the community, I said, man, that's kind of an ugly pipe. But boy, when I got it, I fell in love with it. I got to looking at it, and everybody was encouraging me to join the 320 club. I got to looking, and that is a beautiful pipe. And it's one of the best smoking pipes I've got. And you can buy that pipe from about $68 to around $100, and I promise you will be glad that you did. Hey, God willing, I'd like to own a couple more of them. But it's a good one. All right, y'all keep us in your prayers. And I tell you, across the nation, we have had it rough. Guy Witherspoon, bless his heart, had a tough go of it up yonder. Y'all watch his video. Out of time again. It's the way it gets amongst friends. Y'all have a good one, and we'll try to catch y'all tomorrow, God willing, with this weather. Y'all have a good one, and God bless.